Insane goal by the Lokomotiv Moscow Football Club. This guy never gave up. He thinks it's going to be a corner. No, wait, I think that might stop before it crosses. It did. Gathers it, turns, fires, incredible angle, is able to bend it in for the goal. His name is Dmitry Vorobyov, and he plays for Lokomotiv Club of Moscow, named Lokomotiv because they were originally owned by the Soviet Ministry of Transportation. So that's something you learned that you didn't know, and this is something you missed that you never planned on watching. A rather fine finesse goal from Dmitry of the Lokomotiv Club. Yeah, it's really good. You missed that. This is everything you missed that you never planned on watching. And today's episode is brought to you by our good friends over at DraftKings Sportsbook. Boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. This highlight from the Northern Arizona versus Idaho game is lights out. It is incredible. I've never seen it happen. First, we've got a nice little run by number 11 all the way into the end zone. They call that a touchdown in this league. Number 57 has to chase him down like, I'm a big dude. Okay, the lights are flashing in celebration. They're in costumes. They're cheering. The coach is like, math equals plus, minus. Let's go for 2. Okay, they're going to go for 2. They're set up. It's the fourth quarter. They're up 1. They'd rather be up 3. Quarterback finds his man, throws it. The lights go out in the stadium, and when they come back on, the receiver has the ball. He caught it. No one really knows how. I'm guessing the camera made it darker than it actually was in there because I don't know how else he would catch that ball. It was so dark. The refs get together and they're like, well, he caught it, but the lights went out. And then they give a hell of an update. One of my favorite rule updates I've heard.
Rule field is that the light went out in the middle of the play. The try will be replayed.
Yeah. The ruling on the field is that the lights went out in the middle of the play. So we're just going to redo it. Because he caught it because he's got crazy good vision, but the defenders don't. How's he catch this ball? I mean, the lights go out mid-air. I wonder if he had a better, I don't know. He said, he said he didn't even realize the lights went out. He just caught it. It's that dude flashing across the screen right there. Number 8. That's him jumping up right here and grabbing it with both hands and falling. Crazy impressive. How'd he do that? Anyway, they got to do it again. And they're basically like, let's run the same play, but slightly different. Lights stay on. We'll throw to a new receiver, but kind of the same crossing pattern. This time the lights stay on. He catches it with ease. They go up 29-26. They do all their high fives. That's something you missed that you never planned on watching out of the Northern Arizona and Idaho Bowl. To World Table Tennis we go, where Felix Lebrun has Simon Gauzy on the ropes, just forehand smashing. He lobs one back, another forehand smash, able to return that, another one, backhand drop shot, another one, pops that in the air, how's it stay on the table, and then sneak attacks Lebrun with the quick backhand. No one saw it coming. He turns around. Oh, what's that? You guys like that? You excited? Yeah? Who did it? I did it. You cheering for me? Look at LeBron smiling in the background. Anyway, this dude has never beaten LeBron. He's 0-5 against him on the international stage. But that was a very solid point on the backhand because you don't expect that. You know, in table tennis, when they get into those flows, it's risky to switch gears. I feel like when you watch these rallies, they just stay in the same gear and hope, something messes up. But he goes from being on the very defensive to the offensive, and LeBron can't handle it. He defeated him for the first time. Here it is, and bam! Nice. This episode is sponsored by our partners over at DraftKings. Stay in the action and use your bonus bets on DraftKings same-game parlays for a shot at an even bigger payout. DraftKings has got you covered. Bet live on Star Player Props and in progress games right as they happen. New customers bet $5 and get 3 months of League Pass and get $300 if your bet wins, paid in bonus bets. Use code JMSports. That's code JMSports to get $300 in bonus bets instantly if your first $5 bet hits. Plus 3 months of NBA League Pass in partnership with DraftKings. The crown is Jake's. And now we've moved on to hurling. We've got the Tipperary County Championship. This is Loughmore Castellani versus Nina Eiler. Did I get it right? I hope so. Before we start, I got to let you know that on Loughmore Castellani, it's an entire family of McGraths because this is the county championship. So it's just a small county in Tipperary. It's a small club in Tipperary County, which is where my relatives are from, whose name is McGrath, but I don't think these are his relatives, but probably somewhere down the line. We have brothers Noel, John, and Brian, and brothers Ciaran and Aidan. Now, they're first cousins. Now, their other first cousin, Liam, is also on the team. That's 6. And then they have a second cousin, Thomas, all on the squad of Loughmore Castellani. Let's get into it. Right now, LC is up by 1, and this is just flung into the net. I mean, the keeper, the goalie, I don't know what they call it, he just can't handle it. It just goes off of his body and into the goal, and that's huge because that's a goal. That's worth 3. You know, if you go above the goal through the uprights is worth 1. He gets his hand on that and then can't corral it. So now they've got 3. So now it's 18-15. LC's in the lead, but they return favor. The keeper for LC tries to just give that old little love tap of the hip on the post. If you're a goalie or a keeper in any league, hug that post. That's the rule. Hug that post. Use your hands. I don't understand that strategy. I don't understand this strategy at all. He's got a hand and a stick, and he's like, I'll just hug this post, and the ball beats him to the spot. So now it's tied up, 20 apiece. But don't worry, because our McGrath brother, number 14, is on the move, gets tackled, spin, bam, shot off the keeper again. I can't keep up with the names, but I'm going to guess that was a McGrath. The crowd, they like it. Look at this. Down to the ground, spin, knows his guys there. 14-13, the lefty whack off the keeper. Those things are hard. They hurt. So congrats to the McGraths and the rest of the people that live in that county who are probably related, but maybe have different names because their mom is the brother to the McGraths, so they have a new name. That's my guess. I think there's more relatives on that squad. Canadian football, here we come. We've got Guelph versus Western, the Ontario University Athletics. That coach was whispering into his ear saying, hey, man, do not lose this ball. Do not throw that away. We are in range. We are going to win this game. It's tied up 17-17. Like I said, it's the quarterfinals. There's 28 seconds left. Let's just run it up the middle. Do not put the ball on the ground. We've got this, but their kicker only scores at they say a 25% clip, the kicker for this team. That sounds really bad. Unless they're constantly making him kick from really deep, that sounds awful to me. 25%, but I don't know the league statistics, so I'm not one to speak. But they're going to put it in his hands. So here he is, the kicker for Guelph, the Gryphons, how you say it? He makes this, they win. And then the kick is up, and it is wide to the left. It did have the distance, but it's wide to the left. Now they're going to run it out of the end zone. Instead, they don't run it out of the end zone. He tries to throw it away because this is a rule that I didn't know that Canadian football has. It's called the Rouge Point. The Rouge Point allows the kicking team to gain a single point even if they miss the field goal. All they have to do is kick the ball into the end zone, and the defending team doesn't get the ball out of the end zone. So this dude, he has to run it out of the end zone. Otherwise, the kicking team gets a point. There is a caveat, though. He can just kick it. He's allowed to just boot it out of the end zone. It's a dead ball, and they don't give up the point. This game stays tied. He didn't do that, so that is how they lost the quarterfinal. How does that guy not know he can kick the ball? That player doesn't know he can kick the ball. And he should know it. He should know it. Anyway, that's everything you missed. They never planned on watching. Thank you very much for tuning in. I appreciate you. This has been a product of myself and Rob and Dalton and Jomboy Media.